All right, let's get those makeup brushes ready because today we are diving deep into the world of La Catrina makeup.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, we're going to be unpacking a really cool tutorial from the Vanessa Jane fashion website.
Okay.
And it's got like striking skulls and vibrant colors and a touch of high fashion flair.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah, so you might be prepping for Dia de Muertos, or maybe you're just curious about this iconic look.
Yeah.
Either way, get ready to transform.
What's so captivating about La Catrina makeup is that it's so much more than just aesthetics.
Yeah.
It's a visual representation of Dia de Muertos,
Right.
Mexican holiday, where families come together to remember and celebrate loved ones who've passed.
Exactly. It's about honoring those memories with joy and with vibrant colors.
Yeah.
And this tutorial that we're exploring adds a really unique twist because it blends traditional elements with that high fashion inspiration. So,
cool.
yeah, it makes it perfect for Dia de Muertos or for Halloween parties or even like a themed fashion event. Yeah, but before we get into the artistry, let's start with the basic skin prep.
Right.
Okay. The tutorial really emphasizes starting with a clean, moisturized face.
Right.
For good reason.
Yeah. Why is that?
Well, think of it like prepping a canvas for a masterpiece.
Okay.
You know, a well-prepped face ensures that the makeup goes on smoothly, it lasts longer, and ultimately it just looks way more polished.
That makes a lot of sense. So smooth canvas achieved.
Yes.
Now what?
Now comes the flawless base. So the tutorial recommends a full coverage foundation,
Okay.
1 to 2 shades lighter than your natural skin tone.
Interesting.
This creates like a pale, almost ethereal effect.
Okay.
That's really key to the La Catrina aesthetics. Like you're creating a blank slate for those bold colors and designs to really pop.
Got it. So a touch paler than usual full coverage. Anything else for that flawless base?
Definitely don't forget the concealer
Right.
to hide any blemishes and translucent powder to set everything in place.
Okay.
We want this look to last. For sure sounds good. Now, on to the part I'm most intrigued by, those dramatic eyes.
Yes.
So the tutorial uses neutral brown eyeshadow in the crease first,
Uh-huh.
then goes bold with colors like purples, blues, or reds on the lids.
The choice of bold colors for the eyelids really allows for personal expression there.
Right.
You can make the look your own with your color choices.
Yeah. And then comes the smoky eye effect, blending those darker shades outwards and along the lower lash line.
Uh-huh.
For that sultry, captivating look, I'm already picturing it. Those bold, smoky eyes are going to be so striking.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the flawless base, the dramatic eyes now for the part that really makes it a La Catrina look, the skull feature.
Exactly. This is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
The tutorial starts by contouring the hollows of your cheeks with a gray or a cool-toned brown shade.
Interesting.
Blending is key here to get that smooth skeletal effect.
So it's all about playing with light and shadow to create that skeletal structure.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's next?
Then comes the detailing.
First, a black inverted heart or a spade shape on the nose to represent the nasal cavity.
Okay.
And then thin lines extending to the corners of the mouth, mimicking teeth lines.
I love how these details are both symbolic and artistic, you know?
Yes.
They really capture the essence of Dia de Muertos while also providing a canvas for creativity.
You hit the nail on the head. It's all about honoring those traditions, but also making the look your own.
Speaking of making it your own, the tutorial really emphasizes symmetry
Yes.
when adding those intricate floral and filigree designs to the forehead and chin.
The symmetry is super important, especially with those intricate designs.
Yeah,
It elevates the whole look from cool to professionally done.
right.
And, you know, those designs aren't just pretty flourishes.
Right.
They're rooted in tradition,
Yeah.
representing the skeletal aspect of La Catrina and the symbolism of Dia de Muertos.
It's amazing how every element has a deeper meaning connecting back to that celebration of life and death.
Yes.
But don't worry, there's still room for plenty of personal flair.
Absolutely. The tutorial encourages you to get creative with the designs and incorporate vibrant pops of color like reds, pinks, and yellows.
Okay.
And don't forget those embellishments.
Right.
Rhinestones and glitter add that extra touch of sparkle and glamour.
Ooh, more sparkle is always a good thing. So we've got the skull, the intricate designs, the pops of color. What about the lips?
Ah, the lips. This is where you can really choose your vibe.
Okay.
The tutorial offers 2 options.
Ooh.
You can go bold with a deep red, burgundy, or even a black lipstick.
Okay.
Or you can extend those teeth lines that we talked about earlier over pale lips for a more skeletal effect.
So many choices. Bold lip for a modern glam look, or skeletal lip for that traditional feel. I love having options.
It's all about what you feel most comfortable with and what kind of statement you want to make.
No, look, Catrina look is complete without the traditional floral crown.
You're right, the floral crown is essential.
It is.
And the tutorial suggests marigolds,
Right?
which hold a really special significance during Dia de Muertos.
Yeah, I remember reading somewhere that marigolds are believed to guide spirits home during the festivities.
That's right. They symbolize the fragility of life and are thought to create a path for spirits to return to their loved ones.
Wow.
They add a beautiful and meaningful touch to the overall aesthetic.
So we've got the makeup pretty much down. Now it's all about the hair.
Hairstyle can make a big difference too.
Uh-huh.
The tutorial mentions a sleek updo to really emphasize the makeup or loose waves for a softer, more romantic touch.
All right, Brits, I'm taking notes. Updo for a dramatic look, loose waves for a softer vibe. What else?
Don't forget the setting spray. This is crucial for making sure your masterpiece lasts through all the festivities.
Right. We don't want all that hard work to fade away.
Exactly.
So, setting spray check. I think we've covered all the key steps from the tutorial, but there's so much more to this look than just following instructions, right?
Absolutely. The true essence of La Catrina goes beyond the makeup itself.
Right.
It's about embodying the spirit of Dia de Muertos, celebrating life, remembering loved ones, and embracing the beauty of tradition.
So true. It's about connecting with something deeper, expressing yourself, and honoring a rich cultural heritage.
Exactly. Now tell me what stands out to you most about this La Catrina makeup tutorial. What element are you most excited to try?
That's a good question. It's incredible how makeup can be such a powerful form of self-expression, you know?
Yeah.
And like a connection to culture.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes this La Catrina tutorial so special, you know? It gives you the foundation, but also encourages you to get creative and make it your own. What I'm really curious about are those intricate designs.
Right.
The tutorial mentions floral patterns and swirls, but how do I actually translate that onto my face?
That's where reference images come in handy.
Right.
The beauty of the internet is that you can easily find tons of inspiration for La Catrina makeup designs.
Right.
So you can look for patterns that resonate with you, whether it's delicate flowers or bold geometric shapes, or even elements from your own heritage.
Ooh, incorporating elements from my own heritage. I like that. Any tips for actually applying the designs?
Don't be afraid to practice. You know, you can sketch out your designs on paper first to get a feel for them before you commit to your face.
Right.
And remember, symmetry is key. So take your time and use a light hand when applying the black eyeliner or face paint.
I think that's where I'd get a little nervous trying to make everything perfectly symmetrical. Any tips for a newbie like me?
Absolutely. A little trick I use is to lightly mark key points on each side of my face with a white eyeliner pencil.
Okay.
This acts as a guide to ensure your designs are evenly spaced and aligned, and then you can easily blend out the white marks later.
That's genius. Okay, what about color choices? The tutorial mentions reds, pinks, and yellows. Could I experiment with other palettes?
Of course. While those traditional colors are always stunning, you can absolutely experiment. Jewel tones like emerald green, sapphire blue, and amethyst purple can create a really dramatic and sophisticated effect.
Ooh.
Or you could even go for a monochromatic look, using varying shades of a single color.
Ooh, a monochromatic La Catrina look in shades of deep blue or purple. Sounds incredible. So edgy and modern.
Exactly. It's all about pushing those creative boundaries and finding what expresses your personal style.
Right.
And don't forget about those embellishments. Rhinestones glitter, even tiny pearls can add that extra touch of magic and dimension.
I'm a firm believer that more sparkle is always better. So we've talked about the look, the techniques, the symbolism. Now I'm curious about the history. Who is La Catrina? Where did she come from?
That's a great question. You know, the La Catrina figure we know and love today actually originated in the early 20th century.
Oh, okay.
She was created by Mexican printmaker Jose Guadalupe Posada as a satirical commentary on the Mexican elite,
Interesting.
who at the time were often trying to emulate European fashion and culture.
So she started a social commentary.
Wow,
Yeah.
exactly. Posada's original depiction was a zinc etching titled La Calavera Garbancera,
Okay.
which translates to the chickpea skull. It depicted a skeleton dressed in a fancy European-style hat, mocking the upper class for their aspirations and their denial of their own indigenous roots.
Interesting.
It was a powerful statement about social class and cultural identity.
It's fascinating how art can be used to convey such powerful messages, especially during times of social change.
Absolutely. And over time, La Catrina evolved from a symbol of satire to an icon of Dia de Muertos, representing the idea that death is something to be celebrated, not feared.
That makes sense. He's no longer mocking a specific group, but embracing the universality of death and celebrating life in the face of it. I love that.
It's a beautiful reminder that life is precious and that we should cherish every moment. And, La Catrina's evolution is also a testament to the power of art to transcend its original intentions and become something even more meaningful.
So true. It's like she's taken on a life of her own, becoming a symbol of Mexican culture and heritage.
Yeah.
Celebrated all over the world.
Exactly. She's gone from a satirical etching to a globally recognized icon. And it's amazing how people from all different backgrounds connect with her message of celebrating life and remembering loved ones.
It's really inspiring. So we've gone from a simple makeup tutorial to a deep dive into history, symbolism, social commentary, all sparked by this incredible La Catrina figure.
And that's the beauty of these deep dives. You never know where they'll take you.
Speaking of going places, I know the La Catrina is traditionally associated with Dia de Muertos.
Right.
But could I adapt this look for other occasions, like a Halloween party or even a themed fashion event?
Absolutely. That's the beauty of this tutorial. It blends tradition with a modern twist, making it incredibly versatile. For a Halloween party, you could play up the dramatic elements.
Okay.
Maybe adding some spooky cobwebs or dripping blood effects.
Ooh, that sounds creepy cool. And for a fashion event, I imagine you could go all out with avant-garde designs and embellishments, maybe incorporating metallic accents or even feathers.
Precisely. Think of it as wearable art. You can really push those creative boundaries and make a statement. And remember, confidence is key.
Right. The La Catrina is all about owning your look and celebrating life, no matter the occasion. It's a reminder that beauty can be found in the most unexpected places, even in the face of death.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
Now let's shift our focus to the practical side of things.
Okay.
This makeup look is undeniably stunning,
Yeah.
but it also seems quite intricate. How long should someone realistically expect to spend creating this masterpiece?
That's a great question. I imagine it depends on your level of experience with makeup.
Yeah.
And the complexity of the design you choose. But I'd say give yourself a good chunk of time, maybe 2 to 3 hours, to avoid feeling rushed.
I agree. It's not a look you want to rush.
Yeah.
It's a process of transformation,
Right.
of embodying the spirit of La Catrina.
Right.
Take your time, enjoy the artistry, and don't be afraid to experiment.
I love that perspective. It's not just about the end result, but about the journey of creating something beautiful and meaningful.
Exactly. Now, have you ever tried this type of makeup before?
I haven't, but I'm definitely feeling inspired to give it a go. What about you?
I have. And let me tell you, it's an incredibly empowering experience.
I can only imagine. There's something so captivating and transformative about the La Catrina aesthetic.
Speaking of transformation,
Yeah.
what do you think is the most transformative aspect of this specific look?
For me, it's the way it plays with light and shadow.
Yeah.
You know, the contouring, the stark black details against the pale base. It creates such a dramatic and ethereal effect, almost like you're stepping into another realm.
That's a beautiful observation. And it speaks to the deeper symbolism of the La Catrina,
Right.
representing the blurred lines between life and death,
Yeah.
the seen and the unseen.
It's a reminder that beauty can be found in the most unexpected places,
Yeah.
even in the face of mortality.
Exactly. So if you were to create your own La Catrina makeup, what unique elements would you incorporate and why?
That's a great question. I think I draw inspiration from my own heritage
Okay.
and incorporate some traditional patterns and symbols into the designs. Maybe I'd even add a pop of unexpected color, like a vibrant turquoise or emerald green,
Yeah.
just to give it my own personal flair.
I love that idea. It's all about weaving your own story into the traditional narrative.
Now, one thing I'm curious about is the cultural sensitivity aspect.
Yeah.
As someone who isn't of Mexican descent, I want to make sure I'm approaching this look with respect and understanding.
That's a very important consideration. It's crucial to approach any cultural tradition with sensitivity and a willingness to learn.
Absolutely. I think it's essential to do your research, understand the history and significance of the La Catrina,
Yes.
and avoid appropriating or mocking the culture.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
It's about appreciation, not appropriation.
Right. And I think it's also important to be mindful of the context.
Yeah.
You know, if you're attending a Dia de Muertos celebration, it's a beautiful way to honor the tradition, or connect with the community.
Right.
But if you're simply wearing it as a costume for a Halloween party,
Uh-huh.
it's important to be aware of the potential for misinterpretation.
That's a great point. Context is key. It's all about being respectful, informed, and celebrating the beauty of the tradition in a way that honors its origins.
So for our listeners who might be interested in learning more about Dia de Muertos and the origins of La Catrina, where would you recommend they start their research?
There are some amazing resources available online and in libraries.
Okay.
The Mexican Cultural Institute, for instance, have a wealth of information on their website, and there are several documentaries and books that delve into the history and traditions of Dia de Muertos.
And I'd encourage everyone to seek out authentic voices and perspectives from people who are part of the Mexican culture and have a deep understanding of the traditions.
Absolutely. Learning from those who live and breathe the culture is invaluable.
So we've covered a lot of ground today, from the technical aspects of creating the La Catrina makeup to the cultural significance and personal expression it represents. What a journey.
It's been a fascinating exploration of artistry tradition and the power of makeup to transform.
I think this deep dive has been truly inspiring. I'm already feeling that creative spark and can't wait to see what our listeners come up with.
I'm excited too. Remember, the most important thing is to have fun, express yourself, and approach this beautiful tradition with respect and appreciation.
Now, before we wrap things up, I want to circle back to the Vanessa Jane website, where we discovered this amazing La Catrina makeup tutorial. Yes, their tutorial was so detailed, and it provided such a great foundation for our discussion.
I especially appreciated the way they blended traditional elements with modern fashion.
Right.
Made it accessible and inspiring for everyone.
It was like a perfect example of how culture and style can intersect in such a beautiful way.
Yeah.
So for our listeners who are interested in checking out the full tutorial and exploring more fashion inspiration, be sure to visit vanessajanestore.com.
Yes, you won't be disappointed.
Duh.
They have a fantastic selection of clothing, accessories, and beauty tips that cater to a wide range of styles and occasions.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of La Catrina makeup, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Think about the power of makeup.
Okay.
To transform not just your appearance, but also your perspective.
Intriguing. Tell me more.
When you step into the shoes, or rather the face paint of La Catrina, you're not just creating a look. You're embracing a story, a culture, and a different way of seeing the world.
There's a beautiful way to put it.
It's a reminder that beauty can be found in the unexpected, that life and death are intertwined, and that we have the power to create and celebrate our own narratives.
Such a powerful message.
So as you embark on your own La Catrina makeup journey, remember to embrace the artistry, honor the traditions, and most importantly, express your own unique spirit.
Beautifully said. And remember, you can share your La Catrina creations with us on social media. We'd love to see your unique interpretations.
Absolutely. Tag us in your photos. And let's celebrate the beauty and artistry of this incredible tradition together.
Until next time, happy painting, deep divers.
And may your transformations be bold, beautiful, and full of life.